What's good? What's good? What's good, family? Today we're going to be going over what actually is AI in a beginner's perspective because there's so many different aspects that, especially as a beginner, you will and can get confused if you don't know the different fields. So let's get straight into it. We're going to keep this short and simple. So let's go into the different types of AI. These are the most used AI that you'll see in generally any production level setup or just that you see on an average day-to-day use. So most people are going to be stuck over here. This is most of you guys that are watching this video. If you're in this intro section, you are most likely stuck in the LLM or large language model phase. That's basic chat GPT, question answer agents, Gemini, DeepSeek, Claude. Using them through the browser generally is you asking them a question, it giving you an answer. You may get essays out of them, but typically it's just a large language model that's basically just an AI that is trained on a lot of language data conversations. It can give you specific answers based on what it's trained on. So again, that's large language models, and you'll be using them in different parts of AI in general, but most people will use it in a browser format like ChatGPT or Gemini. Now we'll move on to image generation. So now we have image generation models. These are models that you'll see. You'll have image generation platforms, which for us in these courses, you'll see us use the FlyPig platform, which you'll see here in a second. But on these platforms, you're still going to have different AI models for image and video generation. So for these models, you'll have different things and they specialize in different things. So you'll have ideogram, which is good for like logos and text generations. And then you have Kling, which is good, really all around is good for motion control and things like that. You have Mid Journey, which is a good realistic model for like models of characters and things like that. For example, photo shoots, fashion. Different models are good at different things. You play around with the one that you like to know what you use for what you want to do. The next is AI agents or IDEs slash coders. So what these do are basically they are functional AI. So most people will use ChatGPT, but let's say for ChatGPT, right? If you wanted to use the web, that is it being an AI agent. That's an AI agent mode because it's actually using a tool. So instead of it just giving you a question and answer, it decides, okay, the person said to give me the latest news, which requires me to go outside of what I already know and use a tool that was given to me by the developer. In this case, OpenAI gave ChatGPT a web search tool. So it's going to use this tool to go and search the web and give you an answer based on what it finds. But in different cases, the AI has different tools. So for a lot of cases, one of the biggest use cases for AI is coding. So you'll see different AI coders like Claude Code, Windsurf, Anti-Gravity, Lovable, Bolt. And again, just like image models and image generation platforms, every single generation platform for coding or AI IDE has their own benefits, and it's just a matter of what you like. For me, I personally like Claude Code for simplicity and being able to spawn multiple agents, but I also use a custom setup like InfiniBot, which I'll show you guys here, and you guys will get familiar with more in this course. But in general, what you'll have with AI agents is they'll actually have tools. For example, you can set up AI agents where you can have it email people, check your emails, manage your emails. It can generate docs like Notion templates. It can generate Google documents. It can generate Google Sheets. It can do basically anything you can do on a computer. You can set up an AI agent to have tools to be able to use them in a structured manner. So again, that is a more advanced concept, which you guys can go ahead and cover in later courses that are already on the Kingly Vault platform. But we're going to move into the next category, which is voice and speech AI, which is 11 Labs and LiveKit that you'll see as just two examples. 11 Labs is a what is called a cloud platform. So you can use their API or their website. And an API is just a method for you to use their whatever services that a platform offers in a code manner. So if you want to automate it or if you want to implement it into an app, you can use their API. So 11 Labs allow you to do that. Or if you just want to use it manually, you can go through their website at 11labs.com or .io, and you'll be able to go on there and basically generate speech or generate voice avatars. If you have ever heard of a voice agent, if you ever seen those voice agents where a customer calls a AI agent and it can answer questions or basically fulfill tasks, you can get this done through 11 Labs and it allows you to do all of that. And you also have LiveKit, which is a local version, which is a more complex thing that allows you to basically set up these voice agents and as well as voice calls where you can go ahead and have conversations with these AI. But as a beginner, if you want to do things like, for example, turn text into speech, you can go ahead and use 11 Labs. If you want to create an AI avatar that can speak for you, or basically answer calls for you. 11 labs where you would get started. Next type of thing is video generation. Similar to the AI image generation, you're going to be using, in this case, you're following along with the course fly pick, but basically it is a way for you to generate but basically, it's the same as images in terms of it's different models that specialize in different things and a platform that you use to generate these things that have special capabilities. So in our case, we're using FlyPick because it has a lot of updated capabilities that allow you to be ahead of the game, especially when you're doing social media and things to make money with the images and things that you're creating with these platforms. But again, video generation is basically one and the same with AI image generation. You have models and you have a platform that you use to generate the. Next, we have multimodal AI. Similar to, again, image generation, video, and LLMs, you use a platform to access these. So these are just basically a LLM that can, for example, see and talk or take basically multi forms of input. So, for example, you sending an image to ChatGPT is it acting in multimodal mode because it is now taking not just text input, it can take understand the image that you sent and give you an answer based on that. So that makes it multimodal. So that's a term that you'll see and get familiar with when you're looking for AI that can understand maybe text, video, images, audio. There's different models that handle different things. So this is where you'll look for multimodal depending on what you're doing. So another form is what we've had for years, what a lot of people don't really understand is that we have traditional machine learning and analytics algorithms, which are basically another form of AI, like the algorithm you see on Instagram, TikTok that shows you content that, for example, tells people data. There's so many different things that AI is implemented to on a machine learning aspect, especially for example, robotics, where they have to learn movement and different capabilities over a large period of time. Again, they use AI in a lot of this. Me in these courses, you're going to be going over basically almost everything else, depending on what point we're at watching this. In the near future, everything will be covered in this course, except for maybe traditional machine learning and analytics, because me myself, I'm not too familiar. But as I progress in my career and what I do, this may be covered in the courses. But again, these are the main types of AI that you will run into in any real case scenario in 2026 and beyond as of right now. So it's just all about, for one, exploring platforms and honestly knowing what you want to do. If you're already having a business, how it can help your business. And then from there, you can pick the platforms that you want to use to do that. And that's where the next portion of the courses will assist you in, is determining what you can do to make money with AI, and as well as if you're already running a business, where do you start? Like, where out of all these different platforms do you start? Because again, it is a lot and it can be a lot to take in, but at least now you can understand these terms and know what these different platforms and these different types of AIs can do.